Build the dream in FIFA 20, pay less and get more, and use the code TVM at checkout for a bigger discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to run through the, I wouldn't say pitch notes because EA don't want to release those anymore. This is a forum post by, I presume, Zaro. We'll have to just... It might be, it might not be these days, who knows. He's posted this on the forums and we can see in detail what the changes are. I'm only going to talk about Ultimate Team. I'm not going to spend too long on this screen. We're going to dive into some gameplay. So, in general, what it says is they've increased the effectiveness of shots taken from 15.24 meters or 50 feet closer to the target. So in and around the penalty area, you will have a far better accuracy when taking shots, more likely to hit the target, more likely to score goals. What's to hate about that, right? That's much better. Although saying that, I don't ever remember there being a problem before. Like, I'd never really thought to myself yesterday or last week or whatever, I wish my shots were more accurate because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I didn't have problems scoring goals. I don't know. Let me know in the comments whether you think that that's an improvement that needed to be made. So, bullet points underneath this is these shots will now be less likely to be impacted by error. The impact of ball velocity and vertical ball velocity on all types of shots inside the box has been reduced. So basically, less error in the shot, more accuracy in the shot. The target in this context is the exact location of where the ball is expected to go, determined through a mixture of directional input and shooting assistance settings. That is, I mean, we know that, right? The change is intended to bring shooting closer in line with how it is portrayed on the real-life pitch. So basically, they want to try and make the game as realistic as possible. And if a striker with 90 shooting gets in the penalty area, chances are he's going to hit the target, right? Whether it be a goal or not is obviously determined by other factors. But yeah, move on to another point he wants to make here. Improve the accuracy of ground passes when performed in easy passing situations. Now, this is something I will talk about when we get into the gameplay. If you were wondering, by the way, I'm on PC. That's why I'm going to show you gameplay, because I'm on the new patch already. I've played a few games, as I say, so we'll be able to have a look to see what the differences are. An easy passing situation generally occurs when there is no pressure or interference from the defending team and when the pass is performed at a reasonable angle or distance. So we know that. And distance, I should say. This change does not impact through passes or lobbed passes. So it's just A or X passes. Nothing else is going to be affected by this. Increase the speed of ground passes performed during goal kicks, free kicks, and corner kicks. That, by the way, is comical because now it's like a bullet from a corner or from a goal kick. Now, it's not comical as in I can't believe they've changed it. I'm glad they've changed it because it was far too slow. But it's almost like they've gone far too the wrong way. I'll show you an example in the video. It's fast. Penalty takers will no longer move their heads once the shot action is performed. Unfortunately, despite my many drag back, ball roll, and just jockey in general in the penalty area, I have failed to win a penalty yet, so I can't show you that. But from what it says in the bullet points, the penalty taker's head will lock to the middle once the run up begins. My English is terrible, I do apologise. So, basically, your player won't be doing this anymore and giving away which position you are about to strike the ball. So you can still change your mind after, once it's locked, you can still change direction from what it says. But yes, it says this change does not affect the ability to continue aiming the kick during the run-up. So there we go. They've also addressed the following issues of player switching. I won't read the whole thing. Essentially, what it says is that we fixed player switching. I mean, it's so vague. It doesn't really... It just says we fixed right stick and player switch button, player switching. It doesn't say that they've... what they've done exactly, but honestly, in game, it feels pretty decent. I didn't really have one... I don't think I had one. Maybe one at a push, right? But I don't think I had one instance where I was sort of trying to select my defender and it just kept giving me the wrong one, or it kept giving me the centre-min or something. It felt okay. I've never really had... I mean, I have had problems with player switching, but it's not my biggest complaint about this game. So it's decent from what I can tell. The camera was sometimes taking too long to transition from a goal kick and a corner kick, and that is... that's something that they've definitely improved. I mean, that's snappy now. From the cutscene to the goal kick is instant. There's no little pauses anymore, which is cool. Slightly increased the impact of high attributes on error reduction for certain regular shot situations, such as high-powered and under-pressure shots. From my understanding, what that says is that if your player has 90 finishing compared to 80, the guy with 90 is going to have less error on his shot. That's how I've read that, but it's worded very weird, so my English isn't good enough. Made the following changes I'm not going to go through this in great detail. Basically, they've added the amount of games left in squad battles so you can tell how many games you've got left to play, which is awesome. They've added a few other visual aids and like UI improvements, which is kind of cool. I will link this in the description if you want to go scroll through it at your own leisure. There's fixes to career mode things, Volta and Kickoff, and general fixes, certain UI things and squad management and things like that. They've added 29 new star heads. Basically what that is a player face on the card. And they've updated a few stadiums and broadcast packages. They've not explained what it is. There's no link to tell you what it is, but they've improved it. Let's jump into some gameplay and we can go over what the changes have actually done. My opponent for this game has far too much money. Shooting, potentially broken. The amount of goals I'm conceding now is crazy. To the point where it's almost like they've taken feedback from the live event of being boring and a snooze fest, etc., to anything will go in now. I am conceding and scoring so many goals that I wouldn't have conceded or scored yesterday. Like, you get inside the penalty area and take a shot. It doesn't matter what angle you're at. It doesn't matter how much power you put behind it. There is a, 60 to 70% chance it's going in the goal. It's crazy how, that's just take a shot. It's crazy how many goals you can score. That's kickoff. Maybe that's got something to do with it. But I am now very afraid of letting anyone inside the penalty area because I just don't have any confidence whatsoever in my defenders or in my goalkeeper or in my opponent's shot error. Like, we're going to get inside the penalty area again, hopefully, and we can take another shot. We've not managed to do it there. But the Willian effort, on the volley, normally that is that's a high skill goal to score in FIFA 20. He's just banged that in with no effort whatsoever. We've scored with Lucas kind of half on the turn with a weak foot. I think is Lucas got a 3-star or 4-star weak foot? I'm not quite sure. In terms of the passing, I feel like the passing is maybe a little bit better, but to be fair, I don't feel like there's much of a difference. I think I'd need to play more games. I've played a couple, but honestly, it doesn't feel like there's a huge difference there. Maybe a little quality of life fix that I think over time you'd notice. That's a good bit of football from my opponent. Mate, just shoot, you'll score. Don't worry about it. Nope. People are reluctant to... I didn't even do that, by the way. People are super reluctant to shoot for some reason. As soon as they realise you can shoot from anywhere and score, or at least trouble the goalkeeper where you couldn't before, I think you'll have some crazy high-scoring games. Ball comes into Mertens. Lucas, back. And again, oh, that's brilliant. Shake shot. Oh, wow, the keeper's actually saved it. I should have taken a touch, and I didn't because I wasn't... I'm not confident of the... I've got time there to take a touch. I'm not confident in my player to take a touch and to actually get the shot off before he's closed down due to responsiveness. It's not something that has been improved, not that they've said it, that it would be. We'll take another shot there. That was going on target were it not for the block. They've not said that they've improved responsiveness or they fixed the servers or anything like that. So it wasn't anything that I was expecting. But if they can fix that, I have confidence to take a touch there instead of just kicking it first time. Now, this guy should score from this situation, and he does. And that was a finesse. Near post, little to no power. It is 100% blatant that they've improved shooting. And in my opinion, they've done it because they wanted to make their online, their competitive tournaments more entertaining. So they want more goals. I think they've seen the last tournament and games that were finishing 1-0. People complaining that it was boring. They needed to do something. So they've buffed shooting. Whereas, I don't ever remember, maybe I've been living under a rock, but I don't remember anyone complaining about shooting. We're going to take that first time. Oh dear, oh dear. Keeper's got to come for this. Oh, he's lobbed him. That's a great goal. That is a fantastic goal. Well done. And that's a great way to end the game. So shooting, in my opinion, massively improved. Almost to a degree where now every time a shot is taken, I expect it to go in. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. At the moment, it is what it is, right? We're going to have to play a lot more games and a full weekend league to decide whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. But that game has ended 4-3. Now, that is the end of my third game. So I have a general grasp on what I feel the game is and how they've improved or changed it in general, right? So shooting is, I mean, for lack of a better word, it's loose. And what I mean by that is I think they've changed it deliberately to make their competitions, you know, their like the Premier League and all that stuff and their global series, they've done it to just make that more entertaining to watch. There were a lot of complaints last time they had one, you know, the one with the text one, that it was just so boring and that games were finishing, you know, 1-0 and 2-1 and things like that. Very close games with not a lot of goals. I think they've done this to try and get people more engaged with it, right? To get 4-3 games that we've just seen there. And maybe it's just my experience and maybe the pros will be better at defending these things. But honestly, like that there, in my opinion, should not be going in. And if it does go in, it needs to be 1% of the time. And I'm the one who scored it, right? This is an effort I think maybe I should have taken a touch with. It's a good save from the keeper. I'm actually really surprised that it's not gone in, given the change. But I just think that kickoff goals are now going to be a lot more in your face. You're going to notice them more. I've scored 2 in that game, whereas I've never really noticed that I've scored or conceded 1 up until this point in FIFA 20. Not consistently anyway. I think the keeper should have saved that. That was a near post finesse with almost no power. But in terms of the passing, we're going to need to play a lot more FIFA to be able to tell whether it's made that much of a difference, right? I think that... and again, that I think the keeper should be saving. That's a kickoff goal again. I think the passing, it feels maybe a little bit different, but at the moment it might just be in my head. That's a great goal, by the way. That Jamie Vardy finish is fantastic. He's deserved to win the game for that shot alone. That was brilliant. Big fan of that. But all in all, player switching seems to be good. I don't have a problem with that. Passing, going to need to play a little bit more before we get a general gist of it. Shooting is massively improved to the point where they might have gone too far the wrong way with it and it's just going to be like 6-5 every game. And I don't think there was anything else that I needed to... The goal kicks and the corner kicks, they are rapid when you press A. There's no little delay anymore between the cut scene and the goal kick or the corner or the free kick. And you need to be wary that you're not just spamming A to try and skip the cut scene, definitely. But all in all, I don't think it's a bad update. Time will tell whether the passing has made a difference, and also time will tell whether that shooting is going to become a problem. For right now, you can almost expect to score every time you get into the penalty area, which is a good thing, but you can also expect to concede a lot more as well. So maybe we need to learn how to defend a little bit better and stop the shots coming in the first place. But let me know what you think of the update in the comments. Whether you think this is going to be a good move or a bad move from EA. Still no word on the servers and such. To be fair, I don't think we're going to get one. We'll get a generic, we've updated latency in the future, and they won't really explain it. No one will feel the difference like they did last year. You know, and that's where we'll be with that. But if you have enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.